Hello, Divine Masculine, and welcome to your power message for Monday, Magical Monday. My name's Liz, and this is Guided by Angels. And I'm going to bring in 3 powerful decks of cards today to really connect with how you're feeling, what your emotions are, and what you're going through. Straight away, they're giving me issues with the thumbs today, and the thumbs represent our ego, our intellect, the way we decipher information. Our ego controls sometimes the things we do because it operates in fear. And when we go through fear, we struggle to think straight. So the angels are reminding you to breathe, to calm your energy down, and to relax before you proceed. Because I feel that you're feeling all this sense of urgency. You may be worrying about your feminine moving on. You may be worrying about your own life because you're working out what's going on. You know, they're blocking my throat. You want to sort things out. You're concerned about the details of life. And the angels are asking you to find peace because when you are in peace energy, you find it much easier to work out what to do. That's why a lot of the times you may block your feminine or pull away because you know that you need to have space. And sometimes it will be easier if you just said to your feminine, I need space, but you tend to just pull back. And if you're having issues with your thumbs today, maybe your nails are splitting or maybe you've cut your thumb or you may have caught it in a door, anything's happened, it's because you may be overthinking. And the ego always comes in and pops up when we overthink. And they're also blocking my throat chakra, which is also about clearing the air. So it feels like there's something in the throat that needs to be released. I've got this real croaky feeling today. And it feels like you may have a stuffy nose as well. So things that are blocked up or feeling blocked are being released. So breathe through this release. So we're going to use the Emoji Lovers Oracle to really see what mood you're in, what's on your mind, how you're feeling about things. What do we need to know, please, for the masculine? So we've got a card here, and we've got a couple of cards jumping out as well, and one moving on top of the deck. I'm taking them. I'm going to bring in the Fairy Tarot by Radleigh Valentine. So what do we need to know? I feel things shifting around for you today as well, especially because we've moved into Leo season. So, you know, a lot more power flowing in. Cancer was very emotional, yeah, during the energy of Cancer, very emotional. And now there's a lot more strength coming in for you. So the Psychic Tarot, what energy are you operating in today and what do you need to know? This one coming up. Yep, just one card. Wow, okay. So the energy we've got coming in then is, yeah, I want to tell you all of my secrets. So you're saying, I want to express to you how I feel, but my fears are getting in the way. So you want to reach out to your feminine. You want to talk about what's going on in your life and what you're feeling and what you need to change and do, but your fear is getting in the way, and that may be affecting your thumbs. That's why, because, you know, our fingers represent the details of our lives. And when we're operating in ego or fear or struggle, when we're going into our mind and we're trying to work things out with the mind, not the heart, then we find struggle because we're in fear. So the angels are asking you to breathe and relax and trust the journey more. And understand that when you hide all your deep emotions and feelings, you're not being true. It's just like a robotic thing that you've always done. You know, it's like that eat, sleep, repeat mentality. You want to tell your feminine that you're tired of going round and round in circles in your life, doing the same thing over and over again. You're living, but you're not really living. You're thriving. You want to thrive. You know, that's what living really is. So you're saying, I'm hiding all my deep emotions and feelings from you. I'm going around the emotions like a robot, and I get all hot and bothered every time I fantasize and think about us being together. So you're saying to your feminine, I want to communicate with you how I feel because I'm really feeling the heat and I get hot and bothered. And it's really interesting because I shared a little quick card pull on TikTok the other day, and the card that come out was about how you really do want to be with your feminine. You feel all this power and all this heat, but you also get very nervous. You know, you get very nervous around your feminine. That's what I'm connecting with here. You know, so you get hot and bothered. You get very nervous. You don't know how to act sometimes because the way you feel is so new to you. And it's not new to you, obviously, if you've been around your feminine for a while because you're very well aware of the feeling and they give me fear. But It's the fact that you've never experienced this type of love with anyone before. So it's very overwhelming. And it gets you all hot and bothered, and it makes you cry sometimes. You're saying, I've cried so many nights thinking about you. So you've gone through a lot of ups and downs and highs and lows on this journey too. An array of emotions. And what you're saying to your feminine today is, I hide things from you, and I want to tell these things to you, and I may act like a robot, like I don't care, or I'm hiding, or I'm wearing a mask. But I have these moments where the power of the love just intensifies and overwhelms me, and it gets me very emotional, and I cry. So you may see these emojis. Maybe you see a cry emoji. This is for the feminines cross-watching. You may see that chili pepper. You may see a robot or a mask or a moon, because remember, the moon is about illusion. Illusion. See through the illusion. So really what you're saying to your feminine is, my life is not how it seems to be. If it seems to be all wonderful on social media, or if it seems to be all great, it's not. I've cried over our connection. I cry over my situation. I get stressed out about my life. And it's the same thing every day. Eat, sleep, repeat. It's robotic. I don't want to live in a robotic life anymore. I'm hiding all my deep emotions and feelings. So I cry at night when no one's around or when I have time for me. I need to express to you how I feel. And this is also about justice. And what they show me here as well is the ring and the fingers. So, what we've got here is financial and material changes. Now, when you know that you need to make changes within your life, you may start thinking about the 3D stuff. You may think about where you live, or the job that you do, or the money in the bank. Or if you've got children, maybe you're thinking about their upbringing or their school education, even going to college, those kinds of things. You want to make sure they're okay. And what I'm really getting here is, some of you are experiencing issues with the thumb. Some of you are experiencing issues with the forefinger and the middle finger. Some of you are experiencing issues with the ring finger, and some of you with the little finger. That's what's going on. And it's because of the changes you need to make. So the justice is that you want to move on from karmic situations. You want to move on from anything not serving you, to be with your twin. These are kind of twin energies in this card here. To move towards the sword of truth, to speak the truth. So take the time today to review the details carefully. There's no need to rush into this. You will win in the end. This is going to be an objective and fair decision that you make. But right now, fear is clouding your mind because you're a little bit afraid about moving forward. And that's why you may be having issues with the fingers and the maybe even the toes, because the toes are connected with the minor fears that you go through. So I'm just looking for my twin flame ascension oracle here, and then I'm going to go into the fingers and the thumbs. So if I go through this deck, first of all, we've got the toes. So when you're having issues with your toes, and not all of you will be experiencing this, but maybe you bang your toe or you're having issues with your toes, it's minor fears around the future. Because you want to reach out, you want to put the best foot forward, you want to get this done, but you may be a bit afraid. So trust that your future is safeguarded and protected. And if you're having issues in the fingers, they represent the many different aspects of our lives and how we feel about them. So address the areas that feel wrong or off balance, and then it will heal any cuts, knocks or abrasions. So you could knock your fingers, you could get a cut on there, you could knock your nail, maybe your nail splits. That's what I've experienced this morning with this nail. So it's really coming into my awareness that you are connecting with your mind and trying to process this love or trying to work out what to do with logic. And you can't, you have to work it out with love. So if we look at the areas of each finger here, the thumb first of all, the thumb is connected with the green energy. So there's a lot of healing taking place. So the message coming through is, if you're too busy overthinking today, thinking about what you want to do, but it's stressing you out because you're in fear, go in nature. Connect with the green energy of Archangel Raphael. Connect with your heart space to know what to do. So I'm definitely feeling this could also be issues with the heart. So if you're having thumb issues, you may also be having heart palpitations. Maybe your heart is hurting. Maybe you're longing for your feminine today because you know where you want to be. But it could be the worry over the material changes, the physical things you need to do, the financial things you may be concerned about that are on your mind. Now, if you're dealing with the first finger and the middle finger, and that's really pointing to the number 5 as well, you know what changes you need to make. And you may be feeling a bit angry or frustrated. So it's like you're sticking your finger up at life. You kind of, that middle finger there, when we're angry or annoyed, we can stick our finger up at life. So if you're dealing with that, especially because you're feeling all this heat for your feminine, with the chili pepper, you have all these deep feelings. If you can't show them or you can't be intimate with your feminine, you're going to get angry. You're going to feel all the pressure building up inside, all that tension and all that chemistry. So be comfortable with where you are and breathe. And affirm, I am secure. I am secure. I am safe. I am at peace. I am at one with all things. My mind is at peace with where I am. And the red energy is connected with the timings as well. So I feel this about being at peace with the timings of things, because you may be getting annoyed at yourself because you haven't made a move yet, or you haven't reached out yet, or you haven't changed your life yet. So you've been asked to have peace with the timings. And the red is also connected with the root chakra. So again, you could be having issues with the toes. You could be having issues with your knees or your legs, or even the lower back as well. But I'm feeling this is more connected with movement, because you want to move ahead, you want to make changes. If you're having issues with your little finger, and this is cross watchers as well, feminines, maybe you've had a pain in your little finger, or your ring keeps falling off your finger, or something keeps happening. If you're having issues with the ring finger, it's the wedding finger. It doesn't matter which hand it's on. Obviously on this hand here, it's on the right, and the ring finger is on the left. But if you're having any issues with that finger, the ring finger, it's connected with relationships, possible marriages, and unions you may have, because you want to be in union with your feminine. But if you're already married to someone, that ring has got to come off. So you may be worrying about that. It may be on your mind. You may be having bitter thoughts around that, because you want to be able to be with your feminine the right way. And you may feel your marriage or your commitment or your karmic situation is holding you back. So again, that brings in pain, and that can also bring in fear. So the way out of that is with the third eye. They show me the crown chakra, the third eye. You've got the violet flame energy there as well, and amethyst. So you may want to use some amethyst crystal to connect you more with the third eye and your intuition, and seeing the truth through your higher self rather than the ego, and knowing that you'll be safe. And it's much more, of a healthy environment for your children to be around two loving parents than two parents arguing all the time, even if those loving parents are in separate homes. So you know what you need to do to make changes. Very powerful. And your little finger is connected with family and pretending. So again, if you're pretending to be happy at home because of your kids, or if you're pretending to your family members like your mum or your dad or your sister, your brother, everything's wonderful. This is really about understanding that when we pretend, we wear a mask and we're not being true to ourselves. So it really is about understanding where you are on your life path and what needs to change, because some of you are just going to be in fear. Some of you may be dealing with career issues or finances. Some of you may be afraid of moving forward because you don't know what's on the other side. In other words, you may be afraid of reaching out because you don't know if your feminine is with someone now, or there's something else going on. Some of you are in these karmic situations. You may have children, you may have obligations. So it really is about looking at your life in a higher way and saying, okay, I understand I have to make changes in my physical world, and they may affect me, they may affect my finances, they may affect my children. But I can't remain anymore where I am. I can't remain stuck here anymore, no matter what the fears are around that, because I need to make changes, and I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of feeling all this heat and not being able to do anything about it. I don't want to live this robotic life anymore. I want to make changes, and that's what this energy is coming in. And again, we've got that powerful energy there of the full moon. So between now and the full moon on the 1st, you're really going to be contemplating and thinking about these things and wanting to make changes. And I really feel this week is going to be a week of power, because you're going to come to some decisions. And you're going to make up your mind up about some things, and you're going to understand things on a deep level and clear this throat chakra. so you can express yourself. So if you get gunk in your throat, if you're coughing up phlegm or clearing your nose, or you're having issues with anything on your hands, especially thumbs, but you may be experiencing the other fingers too, or even your toes or your legs, or go in nature, breathe, even heart pain. Feel more at peace by breathing and telling yourself it will be okay. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.